And if you're thinking that you've seen this video before, you kind of have, but you sort of haven't. What I mean by that is we are going to review clauses and phrases real fast, and then we're going to get into run-on sentences. So, to review, a clause is a group of words with a subject and a verb. A phrase is a group of words without a subject and a verb. And you should remember that clauses are bigger than phrases. Now, there are two types of clauses, and this is important for today. There are independent clauses, which are a complete thought or a sentence on their own. And then there are dependent clauses, which are an incomplete thought and cannot be sentences on their own. So let's jump ahead. We remember that clauses and phrases are important because they impact where commas go in our sentences. And then there's those three common sentence patterns. You should be remembering this. The first one is a dependent clause plus a comma plus an independent clause. Next, we have independent clause plus a coordinating conjunction plus a dependent clause. And then finally, we have independent clause plus comma plus coordinating conjunction plus independent clause. And this is what we're going to rest on for today because this gets at the root of how run-on sentences happen. Now, a lot of people think that run-on sentences are just giant, huge sentences, and sometimes they are, but that's not really the definition. You can have a super long sentence that isn't necessarily a run-on, and you can have a short sentence that is a run-on. Here's the definition that you actually want. A run-on sentence is more than one, two or more independent clauses that have been smashed together and not joined correctly. Now, if you look at this sentence pattern, what we need is an independent clause plus a comma plus a coordinating conjunction plus an independent clause. Our example is, I was hungry, comma, but I decided to skip breakfast. I was hungry is an independent clause because it can be a sentence by itself. I decided to skip breakfast is in the exact same boat. Here's how we punctuate them. We have to have a comma and a coordinating conjunction. If you just have a comma, if you just have a coordinating conjunction, that is a problem. Now, there is one other way to punctuate this. You could throw a semicolon right after hungry and delete the but. Semicolons are pretty much the same as periods. So you have three main options. First option, you can use independent clause plus comma plus coordinating conjunction plus independent clause. Second option, you can do independent clause plus semicolon plus independent clause. And then last but not least, you could just make them their own sentences. It's totally up to you. We will talk more about semicolons in the future, so look ahead for that.